Welcome to Tech Games, and today we're going to be doing a Raspberry Pi 3 review. So guys, as you can see, it is called the Model B. Just that's the box. Basically, you get in the box, you get two instruction book manual things, quick start guide and a safety guide. So guys, the specs of the site which you've got. So we've got a Broadcom BCM 2837 SoC. Got a CPU of which is there. I just don't really want to touch it and damage it. But yeah, that's the CPU, and it is a 4X ARM Cortex A53 1.2 GHz. So as long as you stick to the software, there's two softwares for this, multi-boot, or you could just have one software on one OS, I mean. But I will go with Noobs or Berryboot. Berryboot's got more, but I'm just testing that at the minute to see if it's faster. If it's slower, a lot slower, I'm going to just use Noobs. But then again, Noobs, it's only a one-time install. So we've got RAM 1 GB of RAM in here. I found that most things I've run is fine on it, unless you really try and open loads of windows. I wouldn't recommend. Camera module, you install some more stuff onto it. I haven't had loads. Bear in mind, this is the first review. There might be more reviews in the future. This is without a case. So you've got HDMI, got audio port, which I'm just gonna alternate around. Audio port, micro USB. It's powered by. You can use this for all sorts of things. You can use it as a media center with Kodi, which I'm going to come on to later. You can use it as like a computer, like a browsing thing, like as your home cinema. Whatever, you just use. I would recommend media player. Use Kodi for all sorts. So guys, you've got those bits where you can connect it onto like a back of a monitor. What else would I say? Also, this is the main biggest difference. Instead of the RAM's upgraded and stuff, because this is like my first try on it, so it's kind of like, this is what I think, and it's kind of it might not be in depth, but I've just got off the specs. So it comes with Bluetooth for the first time. Wireless, so 2.4 GHz, 802.11n, wireless, and then you've got 10/11 Ethernet, and there's your Ethernet port. So you've got 4 USBs, same as the Raspberry Pi 2. Storage is micro SD, so if we just go around here, this is the micro SD slot. Any storage, so I've got a basic microcard in while I'm testing, but I'm going to get a really good microcard, and so it can run all your operating systems really good. And also, which you can upgrade. You can have monitors. You can kind of make it into like a tablet or whatever you want to make it into. But the best thing I've seen so far, someone whacked it in the car and they've used it as like a car thing, but it's the OS that you need. But if you can get the OS, this chip will be able to power it. What else? GPIO is 40 pin header populated, so that is, I presume, the GPIO where you connect like other stuff to it. Maybe if you want to connect like a monitor or hard drive or anything powered by that, right on there. And it also comes in with a built-in radio antenna thing, so you can use it to transmit, use FM signals. So this is basically like the spec. What else? You've got the slot, you've got the GPIO, you've got the USB chip, which is the chip, benchmarks and all that. I will leave a link in the description. It's off the Raspberry Pi website. So a really big improvements on the last one with wireless and Bluetooth. I haven't figured out Bluetooth yet. Put in the comments about how you can do Bluetooth. Put in the comments which is your favourite multi-boot, Noobs or Berryboot, even though Berryboot's got more operating systems on. I don't know yet, so I'm going to just put one on my main SD once I figure out if Berryboot or Noobs is better. Then have a separate SD which I'm using now, the 16GB, to see which one, how the other one's developing. So this is the specs, guys. You can it's on this Raspberry Pi website, specs and benchmarks, and yeah, there's also forums you can get it on. You can use programming, Python, Scratch, all sorts of programming languages. You can also use it with App Inventor, if you know what that is, creating apps. You can kind of use it with a lot of programming, which gives you a lot of stuff to do, also like a mini computer thing. So guys, this is it with the case on. You've got access to the pins there, you've got access there and access there, you've got the access to the SD card there. So with the case, guys, you're not limited. This is for ventilation, so I would recommend, I've been keeping it on this, an anti-static shielding bag, which is alright, but it's not that well ventilated. So it even says on here USB Ethernet. So I would really recommend it. I would recommend it for coders or just ordinary people who just want to get some free movies or whatever off Kodi.
Guys, we are now on the OS, on the Raspberry Pi 3. So basically this is Berryboot. So I decided to go with Berryboot, guys. It's a pretty cool menu. So you got Berry Web Server, which I haven't used, Debian Jessie Raspbian, which is the Raspbian 2016, Pandora 21 Matte, which is the, what is it called? The Firefox one, the meme tester, which is like you can test, it's like a code tester thing, server thing, Kodi, OpenELEC, which is Kodi, Puppy Alpha 4, then RetroPie, which is like you can play like old Nintendos and stuff. You can also use OpenELEC to help you with that and all that stuff. So this is basically what we are presented with, all the boot stuff. You add an OS, it finds it off the internet, and this is all what you can get. You can get Android KitKat. It says it's kind of slow, but yeah, the Androids aren't the best, but you can still get some good. You can get the Arch Linux, Kali, Puppy Alpha, Sugar, and then all these other stuff. Oh, there was another one as well, Digital Software. So it keeps refreshing, and this wasn't on there before. So overall, this is pretty good boot menu. It's not perfect. Noobs wasn't perfect. They have their ups and downs. I think the best thing is you add it permanent on Noobs, but on this you've got a lot more. You can back up, which you can clone. You can set as default. You can delete, which was the best. You can recover. You can edit as well. Like if you wanted to, you could name it whatever you want. But yeah, this is basically all the OSs and stuff like that which I've got on. But yeah, as I showed you, the AdOS, Noobs is similar. It's just kind of like a one-time setup. You've got at 4OS, so you've got Windows 10 on there, but that's the IoT, Internet of Things, which is kind of to do with like the coding side of things. This is the Raspberry logo here. Yes, you can change it, you ask. Linux is pretty cool, to be honest, and look, you can change it to whatever you want, to be honest. My favourite logo is the one with the detail, normal with the Raspberry in the middle, because it is a Raspberry Pi and I want to be looking like I'm using one rather than just putting a Windows background and thinking, well, this isn't much change. So you got the menu, programming, which is all the programming stuff, I might try and learn some of this. Python, I'm gonna maybe try and get some Python code off the internet and do some games. Scratch, I've already made a lot of Scratch games. When I mean a lot, quite a few. I'm going to be getting App Inventor running, like inventing some apps. In the future, Office is pretty cool, so you can use this as like a home school computer thing. Games, Minecraft PI. So you can install some games, and then once I've got my SD card up and running, my proper one, I'm going to be like getting some games on here and getting as much as I can on here, and like making it a portable thing as well. Reference, help, your preferences, add and remove. You might recognise that from Windows. Configuration, you got run. It's actually considerably quick, so it's not as slow as you would expect it to be. I didn't run it properly. You can go into Google. So this is basically the interface. The best thing I love about it, the old Windows did have it, the old like Windows 95 and stuff, the terminal, where you literally can type in install or launch like an emulator just through using a bit of code off the terminal. But obviously they have got rid of that on Windows now. This is like the Google thing. It works like a normal Google search engine. So this is when I say, and I'll put YouTube in, but yeah, this is when you can say you can use it as a mini internet browser, which is considerably quick as I'm talking now. There you go. It's right on. And maybe because the RAM's still a gig on it, it might not be like 100% like fast loading images, but I think it's considerably quick for stuff. So guys, now we're on the Firefox Windows thing. Pretty cool, to be honest. You've got computer, you can mount this bit here. Very I reckon it's a quicker OS than the Raspberry one, but my favourite on here is the Raspberry one. I think the main thing about it here, because you can get more applications on it, but yeah, you can get stuff like this on. But yeah, the weird thing is you've got all this, but you haven't got as much like Office stuff, and Office is the same, but I mean like games being Python and stuff so like that. In Firefox I've got it on my PC. This is kind of their own as you wish like operating system, where you can just go onto Google as you type Google in. So guys, now we're on Kodi. Like I said, in the future I'm going to show you like how it fully works. I'm just going to show you like the general gist of it. So you've got something called add-on, trailers and stuff. All you need to do is click get more basically, and you can get all this stuff like Sky channels, and there's quite a few that you can get. It's just having the time to look through them. But as I said, when I got my microcard, I'll be all set up on that. Music, programs, all sorts, and this is like a Kodi stick. Raspberry Pi is a pretty cool mini computer. I reckon it wouldn't replace a fully working desktop, like really good desktop, but I reckon if you wanted it as a basic computer, you could get away with it because it's got media player properties and stuff like that. Recommend Berryboot's pretty cool. You can get Android on it such, but it's still pretty cool for like browsing and having a bit of go on Android. You can pretty much turn it into whatever you want. Like I said, one person put it in his car and code it, and all it is using code, and you can get code off the internet, or you can try and write your own or kind of adapt the code. You can use it robotics, like I said, Python coding, any type of coding, Scratch, App Inventor, and the list goes on and on. But the main things that people have been using it for, that I've been hearing, is robotics. But first you've got a media center, then a mini browser computer thing. With the Raspberry Pi 3, I would recommend you buying it. It's really good price, like I think it's £32.99 or something. The link will be in the description to the Kodi website where I got it off. You will have to already So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Subscribe to Tech Guys. I will thank you guys for subscribing. We've got 18 subs now. Push up. We've got nearly got 200 on my gaming channel, Mr. Tom 20,000. But we went down to like 195, like 196. But let's try and keep on this